That's what, 60 seconds? Hello and welcome back to the USA BMX National Series here in 2026. We're out at the beautiful Lexington BMX here in Lexington, South Carolina, and it is a scorcher of a weekend on deck here. Temperatures up into the mid-90s, high 90s, and then the humidity is right along with it with a little scattered rain, but we're, fingers crossed, going to avoid all that rain throughout the weekend. We're here. Big excitement from the local crowd. That's our biggest thing we've noticed so far. The local crew here at Lexington BMX has gotten the entire community involved, brought out food trucks, brought out community involvement from the city, the sports commission, and they are stoked to have BMX racing right in their backyard here in Lexington, BMX in Lexington, South Carolina. This season's been a fast one. It's been going quick. I can't believe it's already into June, going into Rockford next weekend, and the vibes so far have been electric. From amateur racing to kick out our early months into the pro season, and as the pros take a break, go into international racing, the amateurs are holding it down here on the USA BMX National Series. With the new stop on the series, we're going to have the local kids, the local racers that are looking for their spot in the national rankings. And we got our first one right here, Rylan Reddy. Come on in, Rylan. Rylan is a local here for Backyard BMX. Rylan, what class are you racing this weekend, and when did you start racing BMX?
I started BMX 4 years ago, and I'm in 14X. So.
So, well, 10 years old. What was the attraction to BMX? How did you kind of hear about the local BMX track?
My cousin did it, and we just came here to watch it one day, and we just decided we wanted to do it because it looked fun.
Awesome. Well, you have a great track to have as your local program. A few split straights, tight turns, getting used to banking elbows and rubbins racing, right? So, how do you like this track, and how do you like it as a home track to train on?
I definitely think it's a good track for like your first couple of times and stuff. It's just like not a supercross track, not a big track for like the smaller ones.
So you're developing your skills out here at Lexington.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you? You've been racing 4 years. How long did it take you to jump into that expert class?
It took me about 2 years to do it. It was a hard process to do.
Definitely. It was your move-up win here in Lexington?
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome. Well, here in South Carolina and the Carolinas both, we have Rock Hill early in the year. Then we're coming here, a lot of East Coast representation on the schedule. Are there any other stops you're going to hit throughout this year?
I don't know yet.
Playing it by ear. How about Gold Cup? Gold Cup finals coming to this part of the country here in September.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. We got Blanchard coming up for the finals.
Definitely. Well, if you had to pinpoint one key aspect of this track to be successful, what would it be this weekend?
I would say rhythm, just because it gets you really fast if you can get it right.
Definitely, man. Well, good luck. Look out for Rylan all weekend long. We'll be cheering for you, man. And we got another local on deck here, Delilah. Come on in, Delilah. All right. How are we feeling for the Lexington BMX Palmetto Nationals?
Excited because there's never been a national here before.
Yeah, and we've had a Gold Cup final here, but it kind of steps up once you put all the national sponsors out there, get some heavy hitters coming up, especially from Florida. How are you ready for the traveling competition?
I only live an hour and a half away from here, so this is my home track.
Are you ready to see some of those travelers that come in or trying to dominate your local training grounds?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Now, when did you start racing, and when did you kind of jump onto the PAX BMX crew?
Oh, when I first started racing, I started racing 6 years ago.
And how old are you now?
13.
Man, so half your life, essentially, almost half of your life, been on a BMX track.
Yeah.
Well, coming into this weekend, 13 intermediate, and how are we feeling for the weekend? Are we going to have to focus on key parts? What's going to be the goal this weekend?
I'm nervous, so I'm just going to try to pedal the best I can.
That's all you can do, right? Definitely. Now, how far away are we from that move up to the expert girls class?
I'm going to expert after this national.
All right. So getting some intermediate racing under your belt, jumping expert. Awesome. Looking at this track, we got a split straight on the second straight and the third straight. Now that third straight seems like any level can kind of take either option. Which side are you going, left or right?
I go on the pro side, the right side.
Is that just because it's the inside, or do you like, skying it out, jumping those doubles?
Because it's the inside and it makes me faster.
Awesome. Well, we'll be cheering for Delilah the entire weekend. It's going to be a great weekend out here at the Palmetto Nationals. We'll see you right back here in just a few minutes after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back. We have a lot of action on deck this weekend here in Lexington, South Carolina for the Palmetto Nationals. And we have a unique addition. Now, yesterday, we had a Pro-Am planned for the local night that, normally national tracks, they have a local practice, a local clinic. These guys here at Lexington BMX decided to do a local single point race with a Pro-Am purse. And as we started to travel here, the Pro-Am purse kept climbing up. So it ended last night at $4,000 for the overall purse with a $1,000 whole shot award, which is absolutely amazing. The local community here really stepped up in that, and we had some heavy hitters on deck. Now, unfortunately, we had some rain come into the forecast, so we weren't able to race that Pro-Am, so they're going to be intermixed with our racing just today here on Friday. So $4,000 up for grabs. Top four gets paid out. The rest get their money back, and then a $1,000 whole shot award, which is absolutely amazing for this local community. Now, the track that they are going into is really a burner. You have tight straightaways, tight turns, so a full rack of 8 for that main event. Hunting for that Pro-Am whole shot is going to be absolutely electric. Looking into that first straightaway, into the first turn, it really tightens up. First turn, is going to be a really tough one to get out of fast and clean. Through the second straightaway, we've heard that the pro side isn't going to be utilized as much. It's going to be a decision maker for that Pro-Am class, and there's going to be that big tabletop in the second straight. It's a little short, but it's super tall, so excited to see if we see some Bubba Scrubs, some different unique lines through into turn 2. A tight one at that. Turn 2 is really tight. Through another split straightaway into the last turn, and it's a little bit of an uphill battle to the finish line. So we got a lot of great obstacles here and great different lines here at Lexington BMX. So we're excited to see what these Pro-Am racers and the national racers come up with throughout their racing. Now the Palmetto Nationals, I mean, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be electric, but once we're done with the Palmetto Nationals, we have a whole stack of races coming up here in the 2026 season, especially from the rest of June and into July. Looking at what's up next, we have the Midwest Nationals over at Rockford BMX, June 19th and to the 21st. Then over to Lumberjack Nationals, June 26th to the 28th, outside Autzen Stadium there on the Oregon campus. Over to the Stars and Stripes Nationals, our next pro race on the circuit. Now that one's exciting because we have a Pro-Am over in South Park the Wednesday before the race. So a lot of people are going to be traveling in, get some Pro-Am money, and then booking it to Akron BMX for their local practice and then into the weekends racing. Red River Nationals has become one of my favorites personally up in North Dakota. A couple years ago we went there and that place is beautiful. Along the highway, it's got some great community involvement over at that track. And then up to Trumbull BMX for the New England Nationals, the 24th to the 26th, and then rounding out the month of July in my home state, the Cornhusker Nationals in Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha BMX is one of my locals growing up, so I'm excited to return, see some friends, see some families, and of course, the BMX family is excited for that July race and kick us into August. But we got a lot of action coming your way right here from Lexington, South Carolina for the Palmetto Nationals. It's going to be live on Flow Bikes all weekend long, so make sure to tune in and watch the racing. Cease, we'll see you on the track.